Hi, I'm Natasha Marchewka,
And I'm Kim Wilson.
and this is Speechless.
Speechless. Speechless.
Welcome to our behind the scenes take on life in voiceover, where we share resources and stories and our unsolicited opinions. Here you go again. We're going to give you all our opinions. So,
It's good. I love this topic
today, VO workouts. You love
Mhm.
it. Why do you love it?
because this is where I met you through a VO
In
workout.
a VO workout. Oh, so sweet. So sweet.
Yeah,
Yes, we make good friends in
yeah, you
VO.
do.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
So let's explain to everyone what, where, when, why, how, who, etc.
Sure,
Right?
sure, sure. But first, can I just have a little sip? Come on.
Oh,
Cheers.
yeah.
Actually, you can see that I already had a sip. Ding dong.
Lipstick. Uh, you are having what?
This is called a Margarita. It's got chocolate bitters. It's got a little mezcal. It's like it's like a riff off of a margarita.
What
Cheers.
is so chocolate bitters I've never heard of, and mezcal I forget what that is.
It's like a smoky, it's the way tequila is made, but it's a little smoky. It's got a touch of
Ah,
smoke.
well, I'm going back to my fave. This canned,
Yum.
I can't believe I'm saying a canned sangria, but handy little can. And it's not
It's
sweet.
handy. That's why it's
Because
handy.
when you make sangria, you have to make a big vat of it.
I
This
know.
way, like perfection.
I know. Yum. Cheers.
All right, cheers.
All right, let's get on with it.
So the why, what, where, when, and how. So what is a VO workout? Tell you what a VO workout is. It is where you practice scripts, and they come in different forms. So you can do peer-led workouts, or you can do coach, director, casting director led workouts,
Mhm.
or you can do workouts where you just do them on your own and you submit the audio and you get feedback on it. I think it's one of the best ways to practice. I think it's one of the best things you can do in voiceover to move forward
I
with your
ag- I completely agree with you, but I feel like you told me that you had coaches that said they hate it.
They hate it.
Why? Can
Because
you
they
just
think
explain a little bit?
for peer-led workouts, which is
Yeah.
when you have peers, voiceover peers,
Yeah.
working out with you and listening, they think that you should not have direction from people that don't have the skill to direct you. And they feel very strongly about that
Okay.
because you're going to learn bad habits. But I know, Kim, you and I have this belief that voiceover workouts are very important.
I
They
do.
move your craft forward, and we don't agree with coaches that don't agree with them. So we're going to tell you why. A whole list of reasons why we think peer-led workouts are good, but there's other workouts too.
Yeah.
So this is how they run usually, and I know that songwriters do this, singers do this.
Yep.
You bring a couple of scripts. It can be live, it can be online. And if a pro is leading the group, they'll bring scripts for you, but generally be prepared with bringing your own scripts. When it's a peer-led group, you and your group, it could be 4 people, could be a dozen, depending on how much time you have. And they come together and read scripts and direct each other. The other kind of things that you will pay for, sometimes you pay for peer-led workouts, not very much, or you'll pay for an influencer or a coach or a casting director to coach the students, and then you'll pay more generally because they're directing you, right?
Right.
And there's
They give you
also
feedback. They give you feedback, right? You perform the script and then you get written feedback, I believe.
well,
Is that
sometimes
a
you get
whole nother?
yeah, that's another thing. So
Oh,
VO weekly workout is one where you do the audio and you submit it. So no one is listening to you in a group. You submit it to the pro that is giving you feedback, and they'll give you written and audio feedback generally. So we'll share some of the voiceover workouts with you down in the resources section in the comments, because I love VO weekly workouts. It's fantastic. But let's talk about why we
mm.
think they're great.
I think they're great because it's all about practicing, right?
Mhm.
And if you're practicing, you're honing your craft. And then the other thing I think that is important, and the most important actually for me, is you're learning how to take direction from all these different personalities, because we know once you get in a session, you don't know what your director is going to be like. They'll be like, can you sound kind of
Purple.
intelligent, but
Like a color.
warm, and, you know, like,
Yeah.
you never know. Like, so it's great to be practicing trying to deliver from all sorts of strange direction and all sorts of lovely personalities. I think it's really, really important. I
Yeah,
also, I also think it's important to have a mix of beginner and professional peers
for
to
that
be
reason.
right. Also, like, if someone's a beginner and they're directing somebody kind of off, usually someone who's more experienced can step in and kind of help them along, so people don't get too far off track. It's just a great way to encourage and keep going.
So what you're saying is that in real life, we take direction from all kinds of different ability levels, skill levels.
Yeah.
And so a peer-led workout allows you to, again, take direction from all skill levels. And so that's not only strengthening your craft when you're delivering for a workout, but also strengthening your ear, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And your personality management skills.
Mm-hmm.
So how about giving everyone some tips on how to take direction from a variety of director styles?
Yeah, so I would say bring challenging scripts that'll challenge you, but not too challenging for like the potential directors.
So
So you
what
got to,
does that mean?
well, I would say keep the scripts to 30 seconds, even if you're bringing an e-learning script, keep it to 30 seconds.
Mhm.
Um,
What
I'm
would
trying
be
to
a
think.
challenging script and not too challenging? That's a tough question.
Yeah, that is a tough question because I think it varies for everyone.
Yeah.
Um,
For yourself, I guess, make sure that it challenges you a bit so you can learn something, but isn't like out of left field where you have no idea. Although sometimes that's fun too. Other people have a good opinion about animation things or anyway. It's
I would say bring a good attitude regardless.
Mhm.
Be generous and kind. It's not your chance to wield the sword of power. I would
Right.
say,
And
you
people
know,
actually sometimes, admittedly, they want to wield their sword
of
you
course,
have to be
and act like you
humble.
think, yeah, and act like I know what I'm doing. And usually that's like transparency for I have no idea what I'm doing.
Good
It's okay,
attitude.
just be honest.
Yeah.
And speaking of being honest, be honest about what you hear. If you
Yeah.
hear somebody who is not
Getting
pulling
it.
their weight or getting it or making sense of the script, be honest and tell them, because you're doing them no favors. How are they going to improve if they don't hear it?
Yeah.
Find a way to be generous and kind and let them know directly what you're hearing that they're not getting.
hmm So if you're not a great director and you're in this situation where you have to direct, which is what coaches don't like about these situations, what do you do?
Well, I think what I do in those situations is I ask for help and feedback from other directors. I'll be like, I'm hearing something, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Can
Mhm.
anyone jump in here and help me out with this read from Sarah? And
There's no
usually,
shame in being honest.
yeah, and people step right up.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, sure, for sure.
So that comes down to being direct. Like you can't, don't try to go on and, around the subject or don't try to layer on niceties. Just be direct. This was good. I didn't really like this, or maybe not even, I don't know. Not, I didn't like this, but I think that this could have been elevated and you could do it by doing this, or you could do it, but I'm not sure how you would do it. Does anyone have any other feedback? There's just always room for honesty and directness, right?
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
And then you
That's
move
right.
forward. It,
Yeah,
it benefits everyone.
it
It-
sure does.
yeah. Oh, and then there's another thing that if there's
me.
directors that are like, blah, 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 and they go on and on and on.
Oh my God, 10 minutes later, you're like, oh.
The directors need to know how to be brief. And if they don't, you need to know how to gently move the session on a little bit, depending on what your role is in the group. But if it's a small group, I encourage everyone to be, again, direct, honest, and kind, know how to gently and firmly say, can we move on? I think we're, you know,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
everyone appreciates that because when you're,
I think you're talking too much.
when you're in the hot seat and you're the voice actor in the situation and they beat the script down and trying to direct you, it's a relief also to the talent to go, you know what? I think I'm done with this. Can we move on? It is
Yes.
we're all very emotional and sensitive. And yeah, it's good to move
Ain't
on.
nothing wrong with that. I love it.
Yeah. So below in the resources, we're going to list some VO workouts that you may or may not have heard of. I love them. I think they're fantastic. There's so much learning.
We recommend them. That's our unsolicited opinion.
Yeah, take it or leave it. And fuck it, be awesome now, because you've got shit
to do.
Bye.
Bye.